All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch Employment Generation Scheme Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan for migrant workers today. Central team to be on 4-day visit to Gujarat, Maharashtra and Telangana from today to review COVID-19 situation. Serological survey to determine spread of coronavirus in Delhi begins today, covering 20,000 people across national capital. Death toll in lightning strikes and rain-related incidents across Bihar and Uttar Pradesh mounts to 130. And all regular train services to remain cancelled till 12th of August. 230 special trains will continue to operate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch Employment Generation Scheme Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan for migrant workers today through video conferencing. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, along with ministers of concerned ministries of the state, will also participate in the virtual launch. The campaign is focused on generating employment for those migrant workers of Uttar Pradesh who recently returned home from other states due to outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. Our correspondent reports that around 1.25 crore people will be provided employment in the state under different schemes today.
A loan amount of 5,900 crores will be distributed to 2.40 lakh units under Atmanirbhar Bharat package today. 1.1 lakh new units will also get 3,226 crore rupees as loan amount. Around 5,000 artists will get toolkits through Vishwakarma Shram Samman Yojana under One District One Product scheme of state. The Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan will be launched in 31 districts of state. These districts have more than 25,000 returnee migrant workers. These include 5 aspirational districts also. On this occasion, Prime Minister will interact with villagers from 6 districts of state, which includes Gonda, Siddharthnagar, Bahraich, Sant Kabir Nagar, Gorakhpur and Jalon. Villagers across all districts of state will join this program through the common service centers and Krishi Vigyan Kendras, maintaining the norms of social distancing in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
A central team will be on a 4-day visit to Gujarat, Maharashtra and Telangana from today to review the COVID-19 situation in these states. During its visit, the team led by the Joint Secretary in the Health Ministry will interact with state government officials to strengthen ongoing efforts for management of coronavirus. The Health Ministry further informed that the recovery rate has improved to 57.43% and the cumulative testing across the country has crossed 75 lakh mark. We have a report on this.
The central team will review the measures undertaken by the 3 states for containment of COVID-19. Maharashtra has reported the highest number of cases in the country. Meanwhile, the recovery rate of COVID-19 patients has improved to 57.43% in India. In the last 24 hours, over 13,000 COVID-19 patients have been cured. With this, the number of cured cases has reached to over 271,000 so far. Cases per lakh in India currently stand at 33.39 against the world's 120.21 cases per lakh population. Also, death per lakh population in the country is presently among the lowest in the world with 1.06 deaths per lakh against the world average of 6.24 deaths per lakh population. With Dipendra Kumar, Suparna Saikya, AIR News, Delhi.
India can now test over 2 lakh COVID-19 samples every day. In a series of tweets, Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, Professor Balram Bhargav said the ICMR follows 3 T's model, which is test, track and treat to prevent the spread of infection. He said it is very crucial that testing is made widely available to all symptomatic individuals across the country. A total of 3,390 new confirmed cases of coronavirus have been reported in Delhi during the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 73,780. Delhi government has confirmed that over 44,000 people affected with coronavirus have been cured so far. In the last 24 hours, 3,328 people have recovered and 64 deaths were reported in the national capital, taking the toll to 2,429. Amid rising coronavirus cases in the national capital, serological survey will be undertaken in Delhi from today to determine the spread of coronavirus in the national capital. The exercise, covering 20,000 people across Delhi, will continue till 10th of July. More details on this from our correspondent. Meanwhile, State Disaster Management Authority has approved modification of standard operating procedure for home isolation for COVID patients. The move aims to meet the twin objectives of containment of local spread and provision of timely medical care for COVID-positive cases to save precious lives. In a tweet, Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal said Health Department will deploy a robust surveillance mechanism. He said only those COVID-positive cases who do not have adequate facilities at home to ensure physical segregation and do not have other medical conditions would require to be shifted to COVID care centers and other facilities.
In Himachal Pradesh, Digital India, a flagship program of the central government, is playing a significant role in connecting the field officers and elected representatives of Panchayati Raj institutions amid COVID-19 pandemic. Our correspondent reports that meetings with deputy commissioners through video conferencing is the regular feature of the state government to review the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic across the state.
All the state-level meetings are being held through video conferencing in the state. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur had personally interacted with elected representatives of all 3,226 panchayats and over 54 urban local bodies. Meetings through video conferencing were being held regularly with deputy commissioners to review the situation of COVID-19 pandemic in all districts. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur said that Digital India has helped state government to interact with field officers and elected representatives of Panchayati Raj in this crisis time of COVID-19. Meanwhile, the death toll due to COVID-19 in the state mounted to 7. The total number of COVID tally in the state has increased to 839, which includes 345 active cases. However, 474 patients have also recovered in the state. Sanjeev Sundariyal, AIR News, Shimla.
In Madhya Pradesh, the growth rate of corona infection in the state is 1.46%, which is the lowest in comparison to other large states. After the surface of 147 new cases in the last 24 hours, the total number of cases in the state has increased to 12,595, while 542 patients have died due to this disease so far. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said that Madhya Pradesh has been successful in controlling the virus by increasing testing and treatment facilities, increasing bed capacity, adhering to social distancing and running fever clinics. More details from our correspondent.
Madhya Pradesh is second in the country with a total recovery rate of 76.4%. Madhya Pradesh is ranked 13th with 2,441 active cases. Meanwhile, authorities have eased norm for bedding in Bhopal and Indore, the two worst districts of the state amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, citizens won't have to take prior permission from the authorities to organize beddings in both the districts. According to the fresh relaxations, 50 persons can attend beddings in Indore, while 40 guests are permitted in Bhopal. Earlier, the maximum limit of bedding guests in Indore was 12 and 20 in Bhopal. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The Chhattisgarh government has allowed the clubs, shopping malls, restaurants and hotels to reopen from today. According to the order issued by the government, all these places will have to strictly adhere to the standard operating procedure and maintain social distancing guidelines. However, cinema halls, gyms, swimming pools, amusement parks, theatre, bar, auditorium and assembly halls will remain shut. Moreover, in sports complexes and stadia, only sports activities will be permitted, while viewers will not be allowed there. The state government has also permitted passenger buses to operate within the state. In Gujarat, the total number of COVID-19 positive cases detected so far has reached 29,578, with 577 new cases reported during the last 24 hours. Our Ahmedabad correspondent reports that 18 patients have lost their lives. With this, the death toll due to COVID-19 in the state has risen to 1,754.
Following the discharge of 410 patients yesterday, the total number of patients recovered from COVID-19 in the state has gone up to 21,506. According to official sources, out of 6,318 active cases in the state, conditions of 6,252 are stable, while 66 patients are on ventilator. Out of 577 new cases reported yesterday, the maximum 225 cases reported from Ahmedabad city. Apart from these, 152 new cases reported from Surat, while 44 new cases reported from Vadodara. More than 3,45,000 tests have been carried out in the state till date. Meanwhile, Ahmedabad Civil Hospital has set up a permanent dome for the relatives of COVID-19 patients. Dome has all facilities like beds, water cooler, air cooler and television sets. Video calling facilities also provided to the relatives so that they can talk to their patients. Yogesh Pandya, Air News, Ahmedabad.
Maharashtra yesterday recorded the highest daily jump of 4,841 new COVID-19 cases, and the tally rose to 1,47,741. The total number of active patients in the state now is 63,342. The number of coronavirus cases in the country's financial capital crossed 70,000. BMC informed that in the last 24 hours, Mumbai reported 1,365 new cases and 58 deaths. The recovery rate in the city is 55%. Meanwhile, the Mumbai civic body has relaxed COVID-19 testing norms for elderly citizens in the city. Our Mumbai correspondent has more on this.
Bringing yet another change in its testing protocol, the Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation will now allow all those over the age of 70 to undergo testing for COVID-19 without restriction. The BMC, which had earlier warned doctors of disciplinary action if they recommended tests to patients without physical examination, has now decided to review this rule as well, stating that e-prescriptions will also be allowed for testing. The BMC relaxed the norm so that more number of people above 70 years can be tested. According to BMC data, death rate is high among senior citizens. In a bid to decrease the mortality rate, the civic body had started checking oxygen levels of senior citizens in containment zones and COVID-19 hotspots. Nivedita, AIR News, Mumbai.
Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Edappadi Palanisamy has lauded the Coimbatore District Administration for its impressive record in containing the spread of coronavirus pandemic. In a review meeting in Coimbatore yesterday, the Chief Minister said the pandemic situation in the district is one of the least in the state, though it remains the most industrialized after Chennai. Meanwhile, the total number of COVID-19 infections in Tamil Nadu has gone up close to 71,000 with a record 3,509 new cases yesterday. The Indian Navy is continuing its humanitarian mission during the pandemic. Details on this from our correspondent.
The Indian naval vessel INS Jalashwa embarked on a journey from the port of Bandar Abbas in Iran to Thoothukudi in Tamil Nadu last evening. It brings back about 700 Indian fishermen, mostly from the state. They were stranded in Iran due to the lockdown. The ship has been involved in the humanitarian mission since the launch of the Operation Samudra Sedu. It is expected to reach Thoothukudi tentatively by the end of this week. This is the fourth time the port is set to receive a vessel under the evacuation operation. Jai Singh, AIR News, Chennai.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch Employment Generation Scheme Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan for migrant workers today. Central team to be on 4-day visit to Gujarat, Maharashtra and Telangana from today to review COVID-19 situation. Serological survey to determine the spread of coronavirus in Delhi begins today, covering 20,000 people across the national capital. Death toll in lightning strikes and rain-related incidents across Bihar and Uttar Pradesh mounts to 130. And all regular train services to remain cancelled till 12th of August. 230 special trains will continue to operate. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान रखो, बड़े बुजुर्गों का तुम ध्यान रखो, तो बात करो, कुछ मदद करो, कोरोना के चलते याद रखो, घर से निकलो तो मास्क पहनना, मास्क के पीछे मुस्कुराना, सुरक्षित दादा दादी नाना नानी अभियान, अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान।
Welcome back. The Indian Railways has said that all regular train services will remain cancelled till 12th of August this year. The Railways Board said that it has decided to cancel all regular timetabled passenger services including mail, express, passenger and suburban services up to 12th of August this year. All the tickets booked for regular timetabled train for the journey date from 1st July to 12th August will also stand cancelled and full fares will be refunded to the passengers. However, all 230 special trains which are presently operational and tickets have been booked on or after 21st of May will continue to run as scheduled. These include special Rajdhani train services which started from 12th May and special and mail express services which started from 1st of June. Earlier, the railway had said that all the tickets booked up to 30th of June will be cancelled and its full refund will be provided. The latest round of cancellations of trains comes in the wake of surge in COVID-19 cases across the country. In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of the leading medical experts on COVID-19. Talking to AIR News, Dr. Uma Kumar, Head of Rheumatology Department, AIIMS, suggested people to follow social distancing, hand hygiene and cough etiquettes.
Only thing which helps is social distancing or physical distancing. Along with it, you have like hand hygiene, washing your hands very frequently, and cough etiquettes like while coughing or sneezing, just cover your face and nose. Use tissue paper or cloth, or if you don't have anything, you can just cough into your elbows. So third thing is using the face mask. For a general public, you can use cotton face mask, and then they have to be very positive. Don't give up, and surely we'll conquer over this virus.
President of Public Health Foundation of India, Dr. K. Srinath Reddy said, India is in a much better position as compared to the rest of the world as far as the COVID-19 cases are concerned, and the measures taken are yielding results.
We started getting affected later than many other countries, but we are presently in a much better position than the rest of the world, and in that sense, we are better protected. Right now, it appears that our measures taken progressively from February are now paying dividends and showing results.
The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its bilingual live phone-in program tonight, will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19. This can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Listeners can ask questions to the experts on toll-free telephone number 1-800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by #AskAIR.
The death toll in lightning strikes and rain-related incident has reached 130 in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. In Bihar, 106 people lost their lives and 56 others were injured in the last 24 hours in 25 districts of the state. Most of the casualties are farmers who are doing agriculture-related works in fields. Maximum 14 people were reported in Gopalganj, while 39 in 6 districts of Purnia, Nawada, Madhubani, Bhagalpur, Aurangabad and Siwan. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Among injured of 56 people, conditions of 13 people is very serious. They are undergoing treatment in government hospitals. The state government has ordered free treatment to injured people. Met Department has forecast heavy rain and lightning in next 3 days in different parts of the state. People have advised to remain indoors during this period. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has expressed grief over loss of lives and announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees to the next of the kin of the deceased. With KK Lal's report from Patna, Devendra Tripathi, AIR News Delhi.
In Uttar Pradesh, at least 24 people were killed and 12 others injured following lightning strikes in several parts of the state. As per the report of the Relief Commissioner of Uttar Pradesh, maximum 9 deaths were reported from Deoria district, followed by 6 deaths in Prayagraj. Those who lost their lives were either working in their farms or had taken shelter under trees during lightning strike. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath expressed grief over the loss of lives and announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees to the families of the deceased. He also ordered officials to provide proper medical care to the injured and help the families of victims of natural calamity immediately. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed grief over the loss of lives due to heavy rains and lightning strikes in districts of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said that the state governments are engaged in relief work with promptness.
In Assam, nearly 2 lakh people are reeling under the fury of floods in 9 districts. 15 people have lost their lives so far due to floods. Several rivers are flowing above the danger level. Surging water also damaged huge crop areas. Over 11,000 people are taking shelter at relief camps in 5 districts. Flood water also damaged roads and embankments. NDRF and SDRF teams are deployed in relief and rescue works. Assam Chief Minister reviewed the flood situation through a video conference with the affected district administrations. He instructed the concerned authorities to intensify relief and rescue works. The Chief Minister also instructed the district administration to maintain all COVID-19 protocols at relief camps. In Arunachal Pradesh, landslides and flash floods triggered by incessant rains for the last few days have left trails of large-scale devastation in the entire state. A minor girl lost her life in a landslide due to heavy downpour in capital Itanagar yesterday. Chief Minister Pema Khandura has announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees to the family of the deceased. In East Siang district, the mighty Siang River and its tributaries are flowing above danger mark at some points. East Siang District Administration has issued advisories for the general people to stay away from the bank of the rivers.
The Chhattisgarh government will procure cow dung from cattle owners and farmers. A scheme in this regard, named as Gaudhan Nyay Yojana, has been announced by the state government yesterday. More from our Raipur correspondent.
In Chhattisgarh, the state government will procure cow dung from livestock owners on fixed rate. A 5-member cabinet subcommittee has been constituted to determine procurement rate of cow dung. This cow dung will be used for the production of vermicompost. The vermicompost produced from cow dung will be sold through cooperative societies to meet the fertilizer requirements of farmers. Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel said that Chhattisgarh has the tradition of cattle grazing in open, which harms both the cattle and the crops of farmers. Stray animals on roads of cities are a major cause of road accidents. The objective of Gaudhan Nyay Yojana is to promote environment conservation and cow dung management, as well as to make animal husbandry more profitable. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
In Jammu and Kashmir, a terrorist was killed in an encounter with security forces in Cheva Ullar area of Tral in Pulwama district this morning. As per police sources, a joint team of police, Army's 42RR and CRPF launched a coordinated search operation last evening based on a specific input about the presence of terrorists in the area. As the joint team approached towards a suspected spot, the hiding terrorists fired upon them, which was retaliated, resulting in a gunfight. However, the operation was called off for the night, but in the wee hours today, one terrorist has been neutralized by the security forces so far. The identity of the terrorist is being ascertained. Operation is on. Details are awaited. The External Affairs Ministry has said that the Chinese side has been deploying a large number of troops and armaments along the line of actual control, LAC, since early May. Briefing media virtually last evening, Ministry spokesperson Anurag Srivastava said this is not in accordance with the provisions of various bilateral agreements, especially the key 1993 agreement on the maintenance of peace and tranquility along the LAC in the India-China border areas. He stated that the Indian side had to undertake counter-deployments and the resulting tension has thereafter expressed itself. The spokesperson said that in early May, the Chinese side had taken action to hinder India's normal, traditional patrolling pattern in the Galwan Valley area in Ladakh. The resulting face-off was addressed by the ground commanders as per the provisions of the bilateral agreements and protocols. At the briefing, Mr. Srivastava gave a detailed rundown of the events along the LAC. He said in mid-May, the Chinese side sought to change the status quo in other areas of the western sector. India had registered protest on the Chinese actions through both the diplomatic and military channels and made it clear that any such change was unacceptable. Subsequently, the senior commanders met on 6th of this month and agreed on a process for de-escalation and disengagement along the LAC that involved reciprocal actions. Both sides had agreed to respect and abide by the LAC and not undertake any activity to alter the status quo. Mr. Srivastava said the Chinese side departed from these understandings in respect of the LAC in the Galwan Valley area and sought to erect structures just across the LAC. When this attempt was foiled, Chinese troops took violent actions on 15 June that directly resulted in casualties. He said both sides remain deployed in large numbers in the region thereafter, while military and diplomatic contacts are continuing. Mr. Srivastava said India expects the Chinese side to ensure the expeditious restoration of peace and tranquility in the border areas. He added that a continuation of the current situation would only vitiate the atmosphere for the development of the relationship.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said America will ensure that its forces are positioned appropriately to counter Chinese army, citing the threat from People's Liberation Army to Asian countries like India, Malaysia, Indonesia and the Philippines. Mr. Pompeo made these remarks in response to a question during the virtual Brussels Forum 2020 of the German Marshall Fund. He said the force posture review is being done at the direction of President Donald Trump, as part of which the U.S. is reducing the number of its troops in Germany from about 52,000 to 25,000.
And now let's take a look at the weather updates for today. The national capital Delhi is expected to have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature was recorded at 28 degrees Celsius. Maximum will remain around 39 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. In Chennai, the minimum temperature was recorded at 27 degrees Celsius. Maximum 35 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature was recorded at 26 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while the maximum will be around 38 degrees Celsius. In Srinagar, the minimum temperature was 15 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 30 degrees Celsius. In Gilgit, the minimum temperature was 16 degrees Celsius, and the maximum will be around 34 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. City witnessed a minimum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius, maximum 35 degrees.
Today is International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, supported each year by individuals, communities and various organizations all over the world. This global observance aims to raise awareness of the major problem that illicit drugs represent to society. The theme for this year is Better Knowledge for Better Care.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. All newspapers today take note of cancellation of pending CBSE and ICSE board exams and the roadmap ahead. CBSE and ICSE cancel pending board exam, states the Mail today. Keeping student safety foremost, IIT Delhi, Bombay to conduct classes online in next semester, informs the Hindustan Times. Bringing medical care right up to home, the Pioneer headline reads, no need to visit COVID care centers for clinical assessment in Delhi. The Indian Express informs of tablets being installed in every ward in Lok Nayak Hospital. At Lok Nayak, video conferencing to bring patient and family closer, writes the paper. Recognizing the difficulties faced by many enterprises due to the pandemic, Centre looking at one-time loan rejig plan for borrowers is the headline in the Hindu business line. To ease the capital raising process for listed companies, the Business Standard states SEBI eases pricing rules for preferential issues. some reason to cheer for students. The Economic Times informs virtual graduation, virtual internships, virtual hackathons and workshops, virtual hiring and online communities surely bring in some ray of hope in times of the pandemic. And in a move towards celebrating all skin colors, Hindustan Unilever takes decision to remove the word fair from its popular skincare brand, Fair and Lovely. HUL to drop fair from Fair and Lovely is the headline in the Times of India.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch employment generation scheme Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan for migrant workers today. Central team to be on 4-day visit to Gujarat, Maharashtra and Telangana from today to review COVID-19 situation. Serological survey to determine spread of coronavirus in Delhi begins today, covering 20,000 people across national capital. Death toll in lightning strikes and rain-related incidents across Bihar and Uttar Pradesh mounts to 130. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.